Crazy.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Friday, and if it's Friday, that means it is your opportunity to be heard on the Audible Sports Podcast, where sports meets life and culture. I am half of that dynamic duo that is Bobby G and Wildcard Mar. What's happening, bro?
Hey man, you know what it is, man. Before air, man, y'all just don't know, man. Me and Bobby G was going down memory lane. They know, they know, they know, they know, hey, they know. So we
Hey,
good. We feeling great. You know what it is. Y'all tap in with us. It's Friday, so it's another episode of the Audible Podcast. They know, they know.
ba 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 ba. Yeah, man, low. Hey, rest in peace to Shorty Low, man, for real though. But
Shut it low.
yeah, we got a good one for y'all. NBA Day. We're gonna get into that. Before I get into anything, y'all know what I do, but it ain't the usual. Y'all know I discovered some new information. You know, I like to be informed on things and stuff. The information I looked up and noticed and caught was 60% of the people that ingest our content are not subscribed. So, in order to take care of that, what I need everybody to do right now, we're going to do it at the same time because it's super easy. We're going to
Man,
go ahead, follow the directions on the screen right now, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn your notifications on so you know the next time when we are here and you can be heard, which is every Friday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And with that being out the way, we got a good one for you. Gonna lay it out right here. Today is NBA Day. NBA preview. We're gonna talk a little bit of MLB playoffs at the end, and of course, we have our shout outs and honorable mentions, as well as our Fit Friday challenge and quote of the week. Uh, but before we get into anything, y'all know what to do. It's shout out time.
mm-hmm.
So who you got to shout out this week, bro?
Hey man, I hate to do this, because they eliminated my squad. Um, but no, I'm gonna shout out Giancarlo Stanton because he had a great series against us. He's been tearing it up in these postseason. Even though it's supposed to be Mr. Judge, all rise, but he's been
Mm-hmm.
having a slightly cold bat. I know he hit a home run the other day, but for the most part,
Last night, yeah, back to backers,
yeah.
him and Stanton.
But for the most part, man, it's been Stanton that's been on fire, man. So I gotta shout him out, man, because he does earn a big hefty paycheck, and he strikes out a lot, and that's been kind of his uh, you know, one of them things that they've been getting on him about. But ever since that series with the Royals, man, he been doing this thing. So I gotta shout him out, man. I'm definitely gonna shout him out, and then another shout out. I got to give a shout out Sabrina Ionescu, man. She over there playing like
Ooh.
she want that chip, dog. She
Mm-hmm.
playing to get that chip. So, hey, man, I don't know if the Minnesota Lynx gonna be able to push it to 5, but Sabrina, if it's up to her, she gonna close this thing out quick, fast, and in a hurry because she been balling, man. She been balling.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Definitely two good ones right there. Can't be mad at either. And another thing about Giancarlo, man, and
Hey.
Whatever you want to put in front of this to qualify it, go ahead. No homo, pause, no diddy, whatever you feel I need to say, put it there. Giancarlo Stanton has one of the most sculpted asses of any athlete on earth.
Yeah, I'm glad you paused on that one, my dog. I'm glad you paused on that one, dog.
Dude has one of the most muscular gluteus maximus in
Gluteus
all
man.
of athletics.
Yo,
I
that is
don't
wild.
know, bro.
That is,
How does your ass have muscle veins?
yo, that's crazy, bro. That's
Out, man. Gee, and then he looks like he's like 63 years old in the face, but he's really like 33.
30,
Man,
30 something like that, yeah.
30 something, man. Giancarlo's, that boy is crazy. But yeah, that's two good ones. For me, I'm gonna shout out my boys on the other side of the plate there, man. Shout out to my Cleveland Guardians who, man, last night, we did our list a couple weeks ago about great playoff runs. If they go on to win this whole thing, last night will probably go down as one of the greatest playoff games in MLB history. It's fantastic. We come out to the lead, we give it up, we bring our closer, who happens to be right now arguably the best closer in the game. He gives up the back-to-back home runs to Judge and Stanton. Yankees take the lead, and then bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. We're down. Matter of fact, we're down to our last strike. 0-2 count with 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. Lane Thomas, guy that we made the trade for, hits a double off the wall in left field, and then a couple bats later, John Kinsey Noel, a big Christmas as we call him in Cleveland. That boy lit him up. 2-run homer to tie the game in the bottom of the ninth, like I said, with 2 outs. And then in the 10th inning, David Fry, the rookie, made the All-Star team, went into a hell of a slump after the All-Star break. But he's been, in postseason, he's been producing. He produced last night. 2-run home run to end that thing. It was a great game, fantastic game. I wish they still did the ESPN Instant Classics, because that definitely would have hit instant classic status, man. Shout out to the Guardians. Shout out to the New York Liberty as a whole. When you say you talk about the Yankees eliminating your team, the Liberty eliminated the Las Vegas Aces, which to me that was the WNBA Finals, and that's no disrespect to the Minnesota Lynx, but the Las Vegas Aces and the New York Liberty were just the standard of the NBA. It's just unfortunate that they did not meet an NBA or WNBA Finals again. Excuse me. They met one round earlier, but yeah. Shout out to Liberty. They're man, defensively, they like that. Their rotations are like flawless. Their defensive game plan is excellent. And then when you had their players are all producing. The Spanish girl. Hey man, I'm not gonna lie, them be some of the most lit highlight replays. You listen to it in Spanish, if you listen to a soccer goal or a home run call in Spanish, yeah, you're on point with that, Alan.
No.
Hey, they be getting it, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell else they saying, but they, they be doing it.
Cracking me up. I'll be like, damn, boy, how many O's is in goal?
You know what I'm saying? We are doing NBA talk today, so before we get into that, hey, shout out to Dalton Connect. LA Lakers put on the show the other night. 35, including 20 straight. Hey, putting his hat in the ring for early rookie of the year, saying he's going to be a force in that rookie of the year race.
Only him.
LeBron, I'm telling LeBron need all the help he can get this year, and he might be able to help.
Not that 55th pick though. Only Connect. Oh, too soon? Oh.
Yeah, let's wait till the second game. Let them make history, and then it's all over. It really literally silent. It's the same singing Feliz Navidad. Hey, that's dope. Hey, the edits on social media have been crazy too. So shout out to everybody who be doing who with the edit game. They put it. I know they put the home run to the with Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas" in the background. I saw somebody mash it up with the Joe Boo home run for Major League. The
Oh, that's
crazy
crazy.
thing, the call is spot on. If you listen to the call from Major League, it literally lines up with what happened. Home run to left field. This is crazy. Yeah, they
Hey,
they be
hey,
getting it with the edits.
hey, that home run had the city of Cleveland going crazy the other
Oh
day.
yeah. Matter of fact, this one guy, there are some apartment buildings about 3 blocks away from the stadium, and this guy had a camera. I guess he was watching the game on TV, but he was also filming it on his camera. You could hear the crack of the bat at his apartment. It's like he filmed it. He put it up on social media. But yeah, he could. You could. It's quiet for about 7 seconds, and then you just hear
Crack.
yeah, and then you hear the whole thing. And he zoomed. This was not for the Noel home run. This is the one that actually ended the game in the 10th. It was the David Fry home run. But yeah, the city's lit. Hey, let's hope they can keep it going. It doesn't matter if they don't win Game 4. So shout out to those guys. Hey, let's keep getting the job done. So yeah,
No doubt.
and that's what we got into this NBA thing. But before we really, 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 really get in depth with our NBA talk, um, you wanted to talk about somebody specific, somebody that a lot of people hold in high regard, high esteem on these NBA courts.
Yeah.
You got a message for him, and that man is one Kawhi Leonard. And I
And
chose this picture.
oh, no,
Yeah,
it's very telling this picture that you got
yeah.
right here. Right. I think it's very apropos. And look, uh, there's only one room in the NBA for one Ben Simmons. All right. All right. I think we are charting Ben Simmons.
Motor City Machine Guns. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're charting into Ben Simmons 2.0 with you, Kawhi, because you know you are highly paid. You've been getting money for a long time in this league, but the only problem is that your appearances every season are becoming shorter and shorter. And now you was counted on as in being part of hoping to sell some tickets in this new beautiful stadium in Inglewood, California, and you won't even be there to cut the ribbon. You won't even be there to bounce the first basketball on that court. You won't even be there to no celebration of that new stadium. Nothing. Uh, I saw Kendrick Perkins the other day, and he said, "Man, you might want to contemplate retirement." And there's a lot of things I don't agree with Kendrick Perkins, but in this case, Kawhi, you might want to consider it, because the financial part and taking care of your family ain't the issue. Uh,
Mm.
I understand you love basketball, and I understand that was your passion. Me and Bobby G had the conversation last night. I would never try to tell Tua what he should do with his body and decide what he should do, whether to come back and play or not, because that's his decision. All I'm saying is if you decide to come back and continue to play basketball, you're gonna have to give us more than just the appearances that you have been giving us the last. We're going on almost 6-7 years where you are very limited on your appearances. I mean,
Yeah.
just somebody correct me when I'm wrong when I'm talking about the time frame. The last time we really saw you uh, play like some significant playing time, you was wearing a Toronto Raptors jersey and winning the fight. That's been a minute. I would say so. It's been a minute. What, 2018, 2019, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, about that 18-19 season. Yeah,
Yeah.
since being with the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard has missed 41% of his
Oh,
available games.
oh, you creeping up on half. Oh, you creeping up on half.
30,
Kawhi.
35% of available playoff games, including 19 of the last 20.
And see, that's the thing. See, the Clippers have always been good enough to get to the playoffs, and the fact that you're not available, that doesn't it doesn't bode well for the Clippers because they're missing a significant piece. And I like Kawhi. I love his game. I think he's a one of those when he's on the court, he's probably one of the greatest two-way players on the court. I mean, you can make that argument. Uh,
Yeah,
the, pro- the problem is that like the numbers you just shared, you're not available, bro. I mean, we talking about you are charting into, Derwin James type of situations. For people who are not familiar with Derwin James, safety of the Los Angeles Chargers, he got a bag from the LA franchise, and that was when he was missing 53% of available playing time, and he still got a bag. So when it comes to the NBA, you're getting fully guaranteed contracts. And if I'm an owner, if I'm Steve Ballmer, I can't continue to just keep giving you these guaranteed bags, and I'm over here getting the Ben Simmons treatment from you. This is going quite ridiculous. Where uh, cats like Ben Simmons are getting paid, handsomely. They not six figures, they not seven figures, they not eight figures. We talking about 100 million plus.
yeah,
Ben Simmons is kind of money he's getting, and he's missing time. And now you are charting into that same territory, Kawhi. I love your game. I love what you did. I thought you were a great defender against LeBron at times when y'all was with the Spurs, and you had to go up against Brian and them. But hey, man, we a long time removed from that. I mean, it's at some point in time, it's like, hey, man, like people tell you, man, either shit or get off the pot. So at time is either be real with yourself and say, man, hey, man, my knees and my body is just not cooperating. I got plenty of money. I got plenty of money. Pull the plies. Just say you got plenty of money and go ahead and chill out. But you can't keep because pure basketball fans like me and Bobby G love watching your game, and then you keep doing this, in and out with your career, like you double dutch in your whole career. It's kind of like, bro, I can't get with it. Come up with a decision, bro. Either you gonna find because it ain't like you ain't got the money to finally figure out like what's really wrong. You can go see the best of the best of all type of medical people, find out what's going on.
yeah.
Do if you got to go to Germany, go ahead and hook up with Christian McCaffrey. Find out who he went to go see, little German guy that got him getting better. Or shout out to or go see what's up with
Yeah,
Vanessa Bryant.
Kobe too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, then yeah, Kobe, he went over to Germany to get some work
Yeah,
done.
go hit up Vanessa. Be like, hey Vanessa, who that little German fella Kobe went and go see? I need help. I needs to get right. And next thing you know, Kobe extending his career another 4 or 5 years after you saw a little German guy. So,
I got a better idea. You ain't got to go. You ain't got to go nowhere because you in LA. How about
ooh,
you go down the street and knock on LeBron's door, bro? What is you doing? How is you still doing it?
that
Let
as
me in on the secret.
that's a true statement. That is a true statement. Like I got to figure out what is going on, and for you to keep your body in this type of elite shape for 20 plus years and still play at an elite level, you got to do something, Kawhi, because this is getting ridiculous, bro. I'm serious. You're just a darker Ben Simmons at this point in time. It's getting crazy. Um, do better, brother. Come on, do better.
He said, "Dark skinned Benson.
Hey man,
I got a light skinned friend, look like Ben Simmons. Got a dark skinned friend, look like Ben Simmons."
that is crazy.
Oh man.
That's wild. That is wild. That is
Oh
wild.
man. Oh my god, it's great. I'm looking at him now. Like some things you would probably never imagine about Kawhi Leonard. First off, Kawhi Leonard only two times in his career has played over 70 games.
Ooh,
That is crazy.
that is crazy to think about.
Yeah, neither one of those seasons did he win a championship.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, of course the time missed with the Clippers, it all can be traced back to that last season in San Antonio, where
Pachulia
we don't
sounds
know
like
what was wrong with him. The only thing I do know is that apparently he had a similar injury to Tony Parker, and Tony Parker let it be known, bruh. Hey, I had the same thing you had, and I'm playing. What's up? And everybody got mad at Tony Parker for calling him out.
Well,
Fast forward, and we still here. It was happening, AT. It's probably gonna be boring for you today. This is all basketball talk. Robbery, no mask. I mean, but to be fair, at least when he left the Spurs, he did go get a championship. So
you did.
now that can't. But after that, yeah, we back on you, bro. We what is you doing?
You need answers.
He let a French man call him out.
We need answers.
Yeah, but it's facts, man, and it's like what can be done. Like, how do you police the situation? How the NBA's been trying to figure out the whole quote unquote load management thing since the Spurs started. And imagine this whole thing started because of a spat between David Stern and Greg Popovich. That's how load management was born. Uh, LeBron James has nothing to do with this conversation, ain't he? He don't miss games like that. He don't miss games on purpose. We put it like that. If LeBron is hurt, he's hurt. It's valid.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
I can give LeBron that. I can give LeBron that.
yeah. But these guys, the NBA tried to come up with things in their way. Like, hey, if you're gonna load manage, at least do it at your home games because your crowd has an opportunity to see you
See,
again.
yep,
Yeah. Well, you're going on the road to these like you only play one game against Eastern Conference teams. You can't miss that one game.
true.
It needs to be cut at this point. Why is he in the league? Um, you know what? I'm not gonna disagree with Ron because unlike the NFL, NBA contracts are guaranteed. So like, if I cut, makes no difference if I cut you.
Mm.
You're gonna get the money regardless. But I think it should be a thing. If they, yeah, and this would put to the test because teams should really screw over players. If you are cut and you're still under contract, you can't sign another contract until your contract runs out.
Mm.
It's either that or get up and play.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
it would be that you can cut the player from the team. Your roster spot can be used. I don't know what kind of rule we can come up to. We'll say half the salary counts against the cap to at least give you a little bit of flexibility to go out and get somebody. But that player cannot play until the date of that contract runs out. Now at that point, you become an unrestricted free agent. But that money won't hurt their cap though. Cut them in the rebid. There were the money you can't take it off the cap. That's what I'm saying. Take half of it. Let half of the money go count against the cap, and half not, so you can at least get somebody to fill in.
hey, I blame Ben Simmons.
I blame both of them, man.
But Ben Simmons is worse though. Like this dude. When's the last time we seen Ben like play a full season? I mean, this guy's been collecting
Never. He's
crazy.
never played a full season.
He's collecting crazy money.
But I don't blame Ben Simmons. Here's why I don't blame Ben Simmons. And I take that back. I lied. Ben Simmons Technically his rookie year, but it was his second year because he missed his entire rookie. He played 81 games. Third year he played 79 games. Has not played over 58 cents.
Mm.
Um, but for Ben Simmons, I don't blame him. And here's why: because I've been telling people I don't believe Ben Simmons likes basketball.
Mm.
I think he was just talented, and it's like I don't think he ever wanted the attention that basketball brings. It's like we were talking last night on the Audible Thursday night football post game show. If you haven't seen it, check in every Thursday after Thursday night football. But I use this expression: when somebody tells you who they are, believe them. And Ben Simmons he told you who he was in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the number one basketball player in the country. Did he go to Kentucky?
Nope.
Did he go to Duke?
Nope.
UCLA?
Nope.
UConn?
Nope.
Michigan?
Nope.
Texas?
Nope.
This dude went to LSU.
LSU, baby.
Who the hell, what big name prospect goes to LSU ever since Shaquille O'Neal?
Not many.
He went to a school with no hopes of making an NCAA tournament. On top of that, college, I have certain beliefs as it comes to sports. My belief in college is if you have at least one NBA player on your roster, you can make the NCAA tournament. At least one. If you got two, you're competing for a championship.
Yep.
Ben Simmons was the best. He was the number one pick. We knew he was going to be number one pick in the draft from high school. Had he been allowed, he would have been the number one pick out of high school. So he could take a team to the tournament. LSU didn't make the NCAA tournament. They didn't come close to making the NCAA tournament.
Mm.
With him. Now, put that together. They did qualify for the NIT. And the coach, he left it up to the players on whether they wanted to take the invitation or not. Ben Simmons was captain of that team. Guess what they said? No. They turned down postseason play. Right there, Ben Simmons told you who he was.
Mm-hmm.
He still went number one. So everything you get after that, that's on you. That is on you.
Hey.
It was wonderful. I don't know. Everything looked good on my end. Oh, I see it a little bit, but I'm also behind. So, I mean, AT Ryan, I don't know what to tell y'all. I can't fix the connection between us and YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I don't blame. That's why I don't blame Ben Simmons. I blame everybody that keep taking the chances on Ben. And the Nets, what is you doing, giving up all that stuff to get him? Why? You saw who he was in Philly. You saw who he was at LSU. You saw 2 times who he was, and you still gave up the assets to go get the dude. Nah, that's your fault.
Thanks.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Yeah, dudes, get on the court, man. I know Ballmer pissed, like, and your franchise is leaning on James Harden. You opening up the most expensive arena in the history of the NBA, and you depending on James Harden to fill them seats. Not even Houston James Harden. This is an old man game James Harden. No, friend, I'm not trying to play not in the tournament. But at that time, it ain't about you. It's about the 2 or 3 other guys who potentially could have got drafted on that team. Like say that you don't have to play. Just say I'll let the team play, but I'm not playing. Do that, but don't just you basically they let their fate depend on your vote. Like we see it in football all the time. Dudes, I'm not playing. Alabama still goes to the bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
They could have did the same thing. All right, Ben. thanks for your service. We know you out, but the rest of the team is going to the NIT. Nah, they didn't do that. The whole team missed out because you didn't want to play.
Mm.
You could have did your injury thing then.
Well,
Hey, I got a sore ankle. I'm being, Hey, but the rest of the team wanted to play, so we here.
crazy, bro.
Yeah. So I don't feel, but the Kawhi thing, and I'm starting not to feel like, yeah, Clippers same thing. Y'all conceded all of this stuff to get the dude. Like
Mm.
gave him the access to the jet, letting Uncle Charlie have access to the jet. Y'all went out and traded for Paul George, who's no longer there because he smartened up and said, "I ain't trying to play with this dude. I'm trying to win."
Yeah,
You
but
know,
don't go to Philly thinking you're gonna win though.
I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna get that when we talk about it. But still, like your best player left you. Russell Westbrook left you.
Hmm.
Like everybody's leaving you. People talk about how nobody wants to play with LeBron. People want to play with Kawhi, but then he's the only superstar getting left.
Mm. That's
So what's
cool.
up with that?
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm on board with you, man. If I was Clippers, I'd trade him. See what I can get. Trade
Yes,
him. Trade him
somebody
to the
can get.
Kings.
If I was the Kings, I wouldn't even entertain it.
They ain't got nothing else to do. They ain't gonna never win no championship, man. It's the Kings.
Not the Kings.
The Kings. Let them go down there and tap the laser. Pause.
Like the beam.
There you go. Light the beam. Hey, yo, stand in the beam. That might heal you. Beam him up.
It's crazy.
But yeah, that's enough about that dude. He ain't even playing.
Mm.
We're gonna talk about the whole thing, man. We're gonna go division by division. Give you our thoughts and opinions. Talk about some awards and all this good stuff. This is like really my favorite time of year. When you got MLB playoffs, basketball season's kicking off, and the NFL season is getting right to the good part. Uh, Beginning of the basketball season is usually my favorite time because everybody has hope. It's the one sport where like every team has hope.
So
even
they don't.
even the yeah, even the bad teams have hope at the beginning of the NBA season, or at least they did until the Big Three era came around. Once the Big Three era came around, it was like, sorry, dudes, y'all had a chance, but we took that away. This is Kawhi's the coworker that uses all his PTO at the beginning of the year, then calls out sick every holiday.
That's a good analogy, Ron. I like that. That's good.
Oh man, I like that one.
Yeah, that was
I guess
good.
we'll go in order, man. We're gonna start the good old Atlantic Division, home of the defending NBA champion Boston Celtics. We know New York made some moves. Philly made some moves.
Yeah.
Uh, how you see this one unfolding?
I actually think I think the Knicks will give Boston a run because
Mm,
I do like the Mikal Bridges going over there to New York.
okay.
I wasn't crazy about the trade to get Cat because I think Cat just lacks dog. Uh, so
I
you
mean,
know,
his nickname is Cat.
hey, hey, like you said, when somebody tells you who they is, believe them. So yeah, hey, um, but you know, I think Jalen Brunson he's gonna have to find it pull the dog out of Cat, which I think is still impossible to do. Um, I still think that the Boston Celtics are still not only the team to beat in that Atlantic Division, but still in the East. Uh,
Mm,
so I do think that the Knicks might give them a run, but in the end, I think Knicks might still pull away with that division and the East. So um, nobody's worried about Brooklyn. Nobody's worried about the Raptors. My thing is with Philly. You got two out of your top three guys who are
mm-hmm.
injury prone. Joel is prone to get hurt, and so is Paul George. I mean, the man just hyperextended his knee the other night. So, um, I don't. If Philly can actually stay healthy, they'll be in that conversation. But I mean, how often have we seen them stay healthy and stay, relevant because all their players are available? So
I
we'll see
mean,
what
to
happens.
be fair, Joel's coming off. He performed at the Olympics. Maybe a summer of being active and the level of competition he's active against will help. And I definitely believe Paul George's presence will help. I believe Paul George released a lot of pressure off of Joel. And to be fair to me, Paul George, his best seasons to me, outside of the 1 year in OKC, I think he finished third in MVP voting. Uh, was in Indy when he had a big man to play off of
Hmm.
until Roy Hibbert forgot how to play basketball.
That is true.
Uh, so and it's like he doesn't have to have the pressure of being the number one option, but he is the number one perimeter player. I like
Mm.
that. He doesn't necessarily have to share the ball with anybody on the perimeter. And what I mean by share is Tyrese Maxey is a scorer, not a facilitator. So I don't even think Tyrese Maxey will have an issue playing off the ball with Paul George because Paul George can facilitate as well. So I think when they're on the court, I don't see him having an issue being on the court with Paul George, and then getting his buckets when Paul George goes to the bench, where he can kind of get off and play off of Joel like they've been doing. So honestly, uh, I think Philly challenged Boston the most in this division. I'm with you on the Carl Anthony Towns move. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan for either team. Like
Mm.
Tibbs, we've been here and done that. You
Yeah.
This dude got you fired basically,
Yeah.
and you go and trade for him, and you trying to run it back. uh, okay, let's see how it works out for you. Um, I don't like it from the Minnesota standpoint, and we'll talk about it a little more when we get to talking about them. I felt they should have got more. If I'm Minnesota, I'm at least coming out with OG Anunoby.
Hmm.
Like, I like Dante DiVincenzo, but the, the bro, that's the and Julius Randle, the lopsided. That's just a lopsided trade to me. Like,
I thought so too.
I would have took OG and Dante over Randle and Dante. Um, you just crowded the floor again. Like Julius, he can hit an outside shot, but Carl spreads the floor more and keeps those lanes open for Ant Man. So you kind of lost that a little bit. Now you got a completely clogged lane, and Julius Randle is injury prone. So,
That
but
too.
from the Knicks standpoint, uh, you lost Hartenstein. You bring in Cat. Obviously, you're going to play him and Mitchell Robinson together because Cat can't play the five.
Nope.
Um, he does open up the floor for Brunson to drive. I like the pick and pop possibilities, but remember in the fourth quarter of games in the playoffs of Minnesota, Karl Anthony Towns was on the bench.
He disappeared.
Yeah, he was on the bench. He was on the bench, and he would like. So what do you think is going to happen under the bright lights of New York? So I'm just not 100% sold on that move.
You
Um,
know, the people gonna be on his head too in New York too.
yeah, yeah, and he's proven to be a sensitive dude.
Mm.
Um, we'll see, but right now I think Boston obviously still cream of the division, cream of the crop in that division. I think they'll put on JT. I think JT's gonna come out with something to prove. I think he's gonna come out with the intent of trying to win MVP because I think he's tired. I mean, he heard all the noise and everybody kind of being on the scene in the Olympics, like because he's not getting playing time. But I think he's really tired of hearing all the noise about Jaylen Brown, uh, basically, basically taking the spotlight in the playoffs. it's like when you run the numbers, like Jason Tatum actually had the better playoff, but
Yeah.
Jalen Brown, the look of it, the feel of it was like he dominated. But that to me, that just it's like how easy Jason Tatum makes the game look. So I think he's gonna come out. He's gonna try and say, "Nah, this is my team. I'm the best player on this team," and I think he's gonna come out like he's gonna try and make it look like the MVP. And I don't think it'll hurt Boston either, because I think he'll still be able to do that within the confines of the structure of the team. I agree with you on the Raptors are the Raptors, but I do want to see more growth from Scotty Barnes. I am a
Mm.
fan of Scotty Barnes. I want to see him kind of take that Pascal Siakam type leap. Uh, see if I believe he can actually carry him to a playoff spot. I see Toronto competing in the play-in for one of the last two spots. Brooklyn, yeah, no, lottery.
Mm.
We going lottery. They're in the Cooper Flag sweepstakes.
Lotto.
That's what it is. On top of it. But yeah, I see at least three teams in this division making the playoffs, possibly four.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any surprise players you looking at this? Any player in particular player from this division you got your eye on?
Uh, I want to see if Tyrese Maxey can take another leap. Because
Okay.
here's the deal: there's going to be another situation that he was in last year when Embiid goes down, and is pretty much going to be on him to
He
kind of,
said when.
yeah, it's just a matter of when, not if. So uh, it's going to be some situations where I think Tyrese Maxey is going to have to go even deeper in his bag to keep the team afloat, because there's going to be a time where uh Embiid is going to be down. There might be a time where both Embiid and Paul George might be down at the same time. So it might be a situation where front office is going to be looking like, hey, uh, like we either gonna have to make a move, kind of like they did last year when they got Buddy Hield, to kind of patch up the gun wound a little bit, uh, or if Tyrese Maxey is playing on another level, where it's like, hey, with Maxey and what else we got here is kind of holding up. When maybe we hold off on making another transaction midway through the season. So we'll see what happens with that situation. But if if it was me, I would be looking and keeping my eyes on Tyrese Maxey and seeing maybe he can be that guy that can hold the fort down and keep him afloat until some of those guys like Embiid and Paul George can come back healthy and actually get back to their regular form. But that's who I'm keeping an eye out for sure is Tyrese Maxey. See what weight is going to be put on his shoulders because of injuries to said Joel and Paul George. So that's what I'm looking forward to in that division for sure.
All right, all right. Moving on to the Central then, home of my Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's go. Hey, hey.
Mm.
Uh, uh, in everybody's face. First of all the talking heads out there that just knew for sure that they had a source who was a friend of a cousin of an ex
Mm.
girlfriend of the next door neighbor to Donovan Mitchell that said he was going to New York. Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell signed his extension to stay home. We also re-signed Evan Mobley, and at the end of the summer, we signed Isaac Coro again
Mm.
because he didn't get the money he thought he was going to get from other teams. So he ended
You
up
play,
signing back with us for the low.
you played yourself.
Yeah, and I learned how to shoot the damn ball.
uh,
Uh, um, probably the biggest story in this division is Lonzo Ball being back on the court.
yes.
Now he's the anti Kawhi Leonard. We've seen the struggle, and we've also seen the work that he has put in to get back on the court. So definitely shout out to him, and I hope
Hmm.
he can make it through the whole season. Just, I mean, he didn't, and although he didn't develop into the player that his father told us he was going to be, he's still a very solid basketball player. And just hate to see somebody go through that like so young. At the start of your career, these are issues that shouldn't happen to the end of your career. But This division to me is between the Cavs and the Bucks. Can we finally get over that hump? We finished second in this division the last couple of years. We finished fourth overall in the East the last couple of years. I think this is the year we do surpass the Bucks. So I'm looking to see that happen. We got our new coach Kenny Atkinson is brought in to revamp the offense. From the looks of the preseason, I do see a little bit more movement, a little bit. Uh, Evan establishing himself. I could see he's put on a couple of pounds. Yeah, backs. Yep, they both back. Um, I like our draft pick. He was 20th pick in the draft. Jalen Tyson. He looks like he could essentially be a role player somewhere down the line. Um, Indiana. They're going to be a problem. Let's see if they learn to play defense this year. Last year, that was their Achilles heel. They just essentially tried to outscore everybody, and they did it quite often. But I want to see some more growth from Tyrese. I want to see a full year with him and Pascal, see what they can do together. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to see if Cade Cunningham can finally make his presence felt because to me, he's like that number one pick that gets let off the hook.
Mm.
Like, imagine the Pelicans struggling and how much we would be on Zion right now if that happened. Uh, we see what Paolo Banchero was doing down in Orlando.
Yeah, he different, bro.
K, yeah, but Cade Cunningham has been on the worst team in basketball the last 2 years, and he ain't taking no heat for that.
Mm.
The microscope is gonna be on you this year, little bro. So, but how you looking at the Central this year, this season?
Yeah, I agree with you. Disappointment with the Pistons. You get Monty Williams a big contract, and then you fire him 1 year into it. So they kind of
Talk about robbery.
yeah, that kind of tells you how that goes right there. With the Pistons, I definitely second your sentiments about Lonzo Ball. Happy to see him back. Um, I actually like his game. I think he's a great facilitator.
Yeah,
Uh, and if he can stay healthy, hopefully, that'll kind of be some of the pressure to kind of take off in the Bulls and hopefully make a playoff push.
this is gonna
Um,
sound weird. He kind of reminds me of end of career Jason Kidd.
mm,
Solid defender. He knows where the ball's supposed to go. Like just your solid point guard you would want on your team.
no, no doubt, no doubt. And then I think obviously I think you Cavaliers will compete. Obviously, they were one of the top 10 teams going into the playoffs last year. We just as basketball fans, I'm waiting for the Cavaliers to get past that glass ceiling. It kind of feels like there's
Yeah.
a glass ceiling once they hit playoffs and can't break through.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if you guys got you know, I'm not 100% sure on who's on the roster, uh, but Cleveland's always had like a buttload of guards, and I don't know if that bodes well in this type of NBA anymore. Um, and then I think Indiana's they're gonna play tough. Obviously, Tyrese Halliburton, like you said, him, Siakam. They got a couple of guys over there that can get some shit done. Um, I'm just gonna say it now. I'm not sold on the Bucks. I wasn't sold on them last year. Um, I know Giannis is good, but he's limited on offense. We just got to keep it a buck, man.
Yeah.
Running like Derrick Henry towards the goal every play it's not going to work because eventually you're going to run into a team they're just going to sit there and clog the lane for you and see what you do. You better become an elite passer. If I was you, Giannis, become an elite passer because these cats ain't going to just go and keep letting you just Europe step the whole way to the damn cup. No more. And they're not going to do that shit. And I just don't like how uh, they never took advantage of the high pick and roll with Dame and Giannis last year. I was kind of confused on why that should have been like your primary play and let everything else play off of that. So I never understood that. But then again, the Bucks, I think they've underachieved. I mean, they're a small little franchise compared to your other teams, and next thing you know, they win a finals, but haven't been able to come even nowhere close
Yeah,
to recapturing that same magic. And they thought that the Dame trade was going to do it, but if pure basketball people, you looking at that, you're like, Dame can really score on anywhere, everywhere on the field, and you pretty much are just limiting him to just being an outside shooter because when you got him and Giannis on the floor, Giannis needs that paint open. I mean,
yeah,
there's no buts about it. I mean, he's not a great offensive weapon when it comes to any and everywhere being dangerous on the court. I mean, if he's not getting to the rim, you can keep him quiet. And I just always felt that way about him. It's not a knock on him. I mean, the guy's a two-time MVP, but at the same
yeah.
time, I can't sit here and keep thinking that you are just you got such an offensive bag that you're a danger on anywhere on the court, and that's not. I don't think that's the case. So um, I'm not sold on the Bucks, man. The Bucks are really going to have to do something and be like, yeah, Mar, we're going to make you eat that humble pie, but I don't think they can do it. Um, and then Dame, he's getting older. He's about to hit mid 30s, and you saw some spurts last year where he like, is that the same Dame? Portland Dame, carry a
Yeah,
franchise, and he couldn't do it. So I'm not sold on the Bucks, but no, I definitely think Cavaliers and Pacers probably battle for that division. Um, if I was to pick a winner, I might go towards Indiana, where because those teams are the opposite. Where Cleveland has a
shout
boatload
out
of
Jay.
guards, they have a boatload of guards, but on the other end, Indiana, they got the bigger guys, and play um,
Oh,
more, I guess, well-rounded basketball.
TNT.
So I don't know. I think that's a very interesting division, but I'll probably lean towards either Cleveland or Indiana to take that crown.
Absolutely. And shout out to Jay on the MIC from Rec Room Sports. What's happening, bro? Northwest
Jay,
Division has been so underrated for years, but for good reason, man.
unfair.
Yeah, really, really for good reason. Uh, it's the Northwest Division. When you think of the Northwest Division, it's really always a one-team division.
Yeah,
I mean, take it back. Take it back to the days of the Jazz. The Jazz ran that division for X amount of years.
yeah.
Before that, it was Portland with Clyde Drexler just ran the division for X amount of years. Minnesota had their run with KG for X amount of years. The Thunder came up with their big three, ran it for X amount of years. Now it's the Nuggets' turn. Like that team has never it's never been like two or three teams who are really threats out of that division. It's always just like one at a time.
Hmm.
I mean, now I guess you got the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. So now, but it's usually just a one team division. So that's probably why they creep under the radar because you just worried about that one team. But we ain't got there yet. We got one more to go before we get to that one. Just to finish off Central. Um, yeah, I like the things you said about the Bucks. I don't think they're done. So I think one thing will determine if they're done. So and that's Chris Middleton. Can he get back to being the Chris Middleton that we know? If he can't, um,
Hey,
yeah, I
hold on,
think they're
about
gonna be done. So
the Chris Middleton that we know. The Chris Middleton
that we
that we
know.
know is the
Yeah.
one that disappears. That's the Chris Middleton we know. I
Nah,
mean,
remember
I,
he was really when they won the championship. He was the closer.
I don't know, man. Hey, Giannis was over there dropping 50 and 10 man every night. So
He
I
was,
mean,
but the ball was in Chris Middleton's hands at the end of a lot of those games.
I I'm gonna have to go back and watch it because because I've
Yeah,
always been a big critic on Chris Middleton because I'm like, damn, he's
yeah.
supposed to be the third guy that is supposed to be the it guy, and this time I'm like, man, where is this?
We cannot forget that ever. Jabron, what's happening, bro? Kawhi Leonard will be in the Hall of Fame one day, and that's a damn shame.
Mm, yeah, rewind this, Jabron, and go back to the beginning of the show and see how we feel about about why about Kawhi.
You know what they need to do for Kawhi? Schedule him for his Hall of Fame presentation. Schedule it, and then on the day that it comes up that morning, cancel it and say we're canceling the Hall of Fame due to load management. We're canceling this year's presentation due to load management.
That's wild.
We'll be back and see y'all next year.
Thank you for coming and good night.
But I mean, obviously, I'm partial to not the division, but how I feel. I do think the Cavs will break through this year. But other than that, at my player to watch in this division though, it's Kay Cunningham. They do have a new coach. We know what they went through with Monty. Monty took that money and now he out of there. But they got JB Bickerstaff. We let him go. Pistons picked him up, and honestly, this is his bag. He's good at going to these teams who with young players and kind of getting them to that next level. I think he'll be able to do that in Detroit. I'm just looking at what he was able to do for Darius Garland, and I know he can get that same kind of out of Cade Cunningham. So I'm looking forward to see what he can do. Matter of fact, that combo, Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duran as a point big combo. Yeah, they went out and signed Tobias Harris. The Detroit Pistons this year should not be the Detroit Pistons last year. They should not be the worst team in basketball. They got some pieces, and if JB does for them what he did for the Cavs, they should at least be a competent and competitive basketball team this season. So out of the division, that's who I got my eye on this season. What about you?
Hey, I think you kind of hit a lot of those talking points that are very important right there. Um, but I mean, it's Jabri, yeah, laugh out loud. Um, when it comes to that division right there, I mean, I feel bad for my people in Washington D.C. area. Uh, Lord, Lord, why did they give y'all this terrible franchise with terrible what's his name, Kyle Kuzma, who was just literally living in La La Land. He's like, when you
Kuz
mention
God.
basketball, make sure you mention me. I know you saw that quote, dog. Kyle, come on, man. What man, you've been hanging with too many Instagram only fan girls that got you
Hey,
gas.
hold on.
Uh,
That is NBA champion Kyle Kuzma, the user.
oh my god. Oh my god. Oh
Hey,
my god. Hey, that's like Adam Morrison saying he's a champion too, man. Come on, man. Don't do that. Let's not do that.
hey, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Oh man. I I'm really excited to see Orlando Magic. Really, I
Okay.
really am. Young team that got some exposure last year, some playoff exposure, so that bodes well for them to get some of that playoff experience. Makes you should make you a better team when you
Mm-hmm.
start getting playoff exposure. Let's see if they can uh, get back to the same level of success that they did last year. Hopefully, um, I think it's their division to lose. Here's my thing with Miami. They be loafing. They be loafing during the regular season. They be bullshitting. And then next, when it gets closer to playing tournament or playoff time, Jimmy Butler decides to hit that switch, and then it seems like everybody else does the same. Uh, I don't think they could do that this year. Because
No.
I think Orlando might come out guns blazing because you got to start at some point. We play sports. When you had a certain amount of success that you haven't seen for a franchise in a minute, you're like, oh, so we can do it. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead, recreate it, get shit popping. Because I think Ben is about to hit another level this year. Don't be surprised you start hearing his name floating around MVP. Yeah, I said it, around MVP. Because I think he has that certain mentality in him where I don't think he's scared to go up against nobody. Uh,
No.
and I love his game, but it's his mentality that I love, where he's willing to just, hey man, y'all get on my back, we gonna ride. follow my lead. He's that type of not necessarily have to say it, but he's going to contributed what he
Right.
contributed the entertainment for the parade.
NBA champion Kyle. No, remember he came in the one game with that with his sleeves down to his feet. That game. And
Nah,
yeah.
nah, he contributed the entertainment for the after party. That's what he did. He knows a handful of OnlyFans girls. So, uh,
Question: do Orlando do they have enough outside shooting this year? That was their one Achilles heel last time. They really could not shoot the ball consistently from the outside.
no, I and
Can
I
they?
agree with you. I don't know if they do. But that's when you have to go as a management team and look and be honest and be like, hey man, yeah, we made the playoffs last year. We want to do it again. But we got to get some shooting. And I think that they're going to have to either you know convince somebody to give them one of their best shooters during trade, or make sure that they I don't want to say mess up the core, but you might have to come off some draft picks and some reserves to go get you a shooter midway through the season. But they're definitely going to have to do it to acquire if they want to compete with Boston, New York, Cleveland and Indiana. Yeah, but other than that, nobody's worried about Washington. Nobody's damn sure worried about Charlotte or Atlanta. Um, I will say this: if I was Orlando, I know it's in division. I go see about Trey Young.
Mm,
Uh, I would, because Trey Young's rotten in Atlanta. What are they doing? They're not going to be doing nothing. They made the trade to go get Javante Murray, and then 2 years later they said, nah, scratch it.
yeah.
So, um, yeah, I think it's Orlando's division to lose, man. Like Miami's
Mm.
going. They gonna wait till damn near March to start playing some real ball. I'm telling you, they be loafing, bro.
I'm with you. I mean, honestly, I agree with you on the Atlanta front, but not for the same reasons. Uh, I don't agree that Trey Young is dying there. If he is, it's a self-inflicted wound. The boy, I've never been a fan of his game.
Oh, and
Like
I,
never.
I I'm with you on that, Bobby, because I've never been a big fan of his game. But if I'm Orlando and I'm looking at that Atlanta's not doing nothing again, maybe you try to pair him with Bankero and try to have that outside inside type of combo where you can hopefully get the most of it as you can. But I mean, at the same time, I'm not a big fan of Trey Young. He's obviously physically a huge liability on defense. I mean, there's no way around it. I mean, there's absolutely
Mm.
no way around it. I mean, what is he? 5'8" at best on a good day. Uh, he couldn't guard a tortoise because he just doesn't play defense at all. I mean, there's not much to really say anyway. It's not a lot of defense getting played in the NBA nowadays anyway. But I mean, it's still an element of basketball, and he doesn't have that. It's not in there. He still has to get better. I think some of his shot selection. He wants to. Feel like that he can do the Steph Curry and shoot the logo shots all the time. But I'm like, bro, you're not that proficient at it like that.
Right.
Um, so yeah, hey, trust me, I feel what you're saying about his game. I've never been a big fan of it, but his facilitating abilities when it comes to making sure that those right players in Orlando get the ball in the right spot, he can make sure that gets done. Um, so I mean, I would at least take a peek at it, call them, see what they want. But I wouldn't break down the whole foundation of your team just to get them. No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh,
No.
yeah. See, I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. I'm about the Hawks moving them, but I'm not calling Orlando. I'm calling somebody else. I'm trying to get pieces to build around. I like this dude, Jalen Johnson. I like his game. I think him and DeAndre Hunter. That's a nice little combo. They're both two-way guys. I think Jalen will eventually develop into a better scorer than DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm moving Trey Young to get someone to go with those guys. I'm
That's
not
fair.
getting that. I'm not getting that player from Orlando. Um,
Mm.
I may reach out to Sacramento. Maybe we can do a point guard swap. Fox for Trey. Maybe
Ooh.
that might work out. I'm reaching out
And it's,
to
and it's funny you say that because De'Aaron Fox just turned down the chance to go
yeah
ahead for an extension, and he's waiting
yeah
for next year for that bigger balloon to go up. So
yep. Um, Hell, if you want to go there, I may reach out to the Raptors. I may peak interest on Scotty Barnes. You get a guy like that with Hunter can slide down to the two. He played 2-3. They're all interchangeable. They fit that long wing mode type players. You get some veteran point guard to lead them. Uh, but hell, reach out and see if any kind of player I can get. I mean, long shot. Reach out to the Suns. Let's get a Devin Booker for Trey Young swap.
ooh.
How would that work? Devin Booker could lead these young dudes. Um, but yeah, if I'm Atlanta, I'm over the Trey Young thing. At worst, I might just move him for a draft pick. I know this draft coming up is hot. Picks are going to be at a premium. So if I can get somebody who may not make the playoffs, who's like borderline. Let me see. And Portland wouldn't move their pick. Yeah, maybe a Clippers. Maybe the Clippers. You know, we can get an unprotected first or just a top three protected. Um, you know, I might go for that. But if I can't get a player, I'm just trying to stockpile another draft pick in this year's draft. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'm over Trey. I'm with you. I'm over Trey Young. Let's move on. Uh, can I just hand the division to Orlando? Now I think Miami's gonna make it competitive. You got like they're just that's not Miami.
No,
They're not gonna.
I
They're not. Yeah,
no, I'm with you. It's just that's just with the trend with Miami.
yeah,
They don't play the regular season at 100% for
yeah.
those 8 games. Is there's always can never forget there's going to be a Tyler Hero injury at some point in time.
Another
Uh,
that's where I'm going. Like I'm moving off Tyler Hero.
oh yeah, I would too.
He's not gonna take that next. He's not gonna break into a superstar. Um, he's
No.
he's Mike Miller at this point.
Ooh, shit.
Um,
Yeah, damn.
I'm moving off of him while I can.
He said he is Frank Miller.
Yeah, he's Mike Miller. No, I mean, I'm not even that. That's a bad thing. Like Mike Miller was like he won Rookie of the Year in a down year, and everybody put this pressure on him like he was going to be that guy, and he wasn't. He was just a solid
Solid
player.
player. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That's Tyler Hero. He's not going to be a superstar.
yeah,
He's a
because Tyler
solid
Hero's good.
player.
Tyler
Yeah.
Hero's good. Give you 15 to 20.
Exactly.
7 to 10 assists. If he's on it acting right that night. So,
Exactly.
uh, but I have seen his baby mama. Mm, she I see why he's distracted. Uh, yeah, but no, I get you on Tyler Hero. I'm not big on him either.
But yeah, I'm trying to come up. Matter of fact, hey Cleveland, let's get an
Mm,
Isaac Okoro swap, man. A young defender. Let Jimmy Butler mold this dude. He may be something, and his contract's a little lighter too. Um,
easier to move.
yeah. If you want to go really big, hey, let's call up Golden State. Hey, what can we give you for Jonathan Kaminga?
Ooh,
Let's
now
make
you talk.
Tyler Hero a part of that deal.
Now you
Um,
talk.
yeah, you put Kaminga with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo on that. Now that's a front court that could do something. Um, but other than that, Miami's gonna be Miami. Yeah, they're gonna be there at the end. I don't. I don't know if Orlando had. I don't know if this is the year. I just don't trust it. Their inability to shoot the basketball really bothers me. I know they signed KCP. I don't think he's enough. And I do agree with you. I think Paolo's gonna come out with that. He's gonna try. He's gonna take that next step. Um, but I just don't think it's gonna be enough. Like the continuity with the rest of the teams is really, besides the Knicks and Philly, every other team is the same. Just that
Mm-hmm.
continuity and growing together. Today's NBA is almost like it used to be. What you see, because of the money, teams are having to grow together. So you're
Yeah.
seeing more of same rosters every year, every year, every year. I think that continuity actually hurts a team like Orlando because they're running it back and their roster really isn't, like, it's not put together right. They have the opposite problem of like the Cavs. The Cavs, we have too many guys who are in that 6'5" and under. We don't have the normal size wing, the long athletic wing. We got the short athletic wings.
Yeah.
Orlando don't have the short athletic guy. They got too many tall. They got the Jonathan Isaacs, the Paolos, the Wagner twins. They got too many big athletic and no short dudes. And I think just their tall dudes just can't shoot the ball. They're physical. They got a bunch of guys go out and hustle Mo Wagner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna be physical, but at the end of the day, if I need a 3-pointer, I can't depend on you for that.
Yeah. Who's
Why is
gonna
your
get?
why is your shooting guard 6'10"? You know what I'm saying? Like they just the roster just like, I don't know, was the GM drunk when he was drafting these guys, but I don't know how their roster got the way it is, but it's just weird. And because I can't, I just can't. I think they're a year away. Give them one more year to kind of restructure this thing the right way. Watch. I'm not even gonna talk about Washington. Why?
Nah. Hey, the good thing is
Uh,
they in the city. That's about it, man. That's
the
about
X
it.
factor of this whole thing, I think, is the Hornets. I'm not big on Lamelo's game, but he fits with what they got going on. Can they? To me, the Hornets is they're like the kid that plays around too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you constantly just like stop, but when they focus, they can play.
True.
But they just keep playing around. You can't keep them focused enough to take the game serious enough to where they can win. If they can if their coach can keep their attention long enough, they could do some things. But
Mm.
they just, can they stay locked in? So I think the Heat will still own it for at least one more year. I do like at least two teams to potentially make the play outside this division. As a matter of fact, go ahead, call it playoff team. Not to, I think Boston will still finish top in the conference again. Like them to win the Atlantic. Of course, I got the Knicks and Philly in. That's three. Uh, I like the Cavs make the playoffs. I think we'll finish in the 4 seed again, but I think we will definitely show improvement. We won't be the typical 4 seed. I like Milwaukee to get it done. I like Indy to get it done. This was at 6. I'm gonna call Orlando, Charlotte, Miami, and Toronto in the play-in,
Mm.
and I like Toronto and Miami to make the playoffs. So I'm gonna call it Boston, New York, Philly, Toronto, Cleveland, Indy, Milwaukee, Miami. That's my 8 in the East.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Um, I'm definitely whew, yeah, I could definitely see Miami um in that plan for sure because that's what they've been doing recently anyway. Uh, I'm out to pissing people off. Milwaukee gonna be in that plan too.
All right. Ooh.
Yeah, Milwaukee's gonna be in that plan too. Uh, but I think there'll be more like the seventh seed in that plan, trying to get out of there. Uh, probably, uh, probably Indiana. Probably got them being the A seed in that plan. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and push Charlotte in there too. Because here's the thing that you brought up is that they can surprise some teams when they want to, when they're not playing with their food. I gotta see if LaMelo can play a full season. I gotta
Yeah.
see if LaMelo can play a full season. I think that if LaMelo can play a full season, they possibly might squeak out of that play and be like a six seed.
Okay.
But if he's kind of doing the same trend that he's been doing, where he's missing 20, 30 games after the season, they'll still be scraping in that playing. So, but definitely, Boston, New York, Philly are in there. Cleveland will be there. Um, yeah, in Orlando, I got them as my definitely my top five. And let me put Indiana at the six, and then I'll put Toronto in as that other playing to swap them out. So
Okay.
that's how I got the East right there.
All right. That's the East, man. Let's move it on to the West.
What side?
Uh, at Northwest, Jay say they
Mm,
underrated, but not this season. They got some squads in there. You got the three for this year. You got a big three in that division. Denver, championship team,
mm-hmm.
OKC, Minnesota, both on the uprise. Even though I think Minnesota's gonna take a
Yeah,
step back.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I definitely do not like them losing Carl Anthony Towns. I thought he fit what he fit the type of player that they needed to be around and to be successful. I don't like the fact Julius Randle's probably gonna claw some lanes. I do like the toughness that he and both Dante bring,
Mm-hmm.
but just on the court, uh, I don't like Julius's fit versus Cat's fit. So I think from that standpoint, they'll take a step back. However, I do think Ant Man will jump to the next level. Um, there, I used to grade players on certain things. One of them being, if you have this player on your roster, are you a playoff team just by having this player on your roster? I think Ant will develop into that type of player this year. If he's on the roster, no matter who else is there, the other 12, it could be me, you, and some kindergartners. Guess what? We at least in the first round of the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. To do this shoot these days, but not as consistent as Cat. That's what I'm saying. Like he's still gonna earn his money driving to the basket, and that's gonna take away from Ant driving to the basket. Now, Ant did also supremely improve his outside shot, so he's gonna hit some more from the outside. But his bread and butter is still getting to the basket, and what benefits the rest of the team is him driving and kicking. So that's where it's going to hurt for from that standpoint. I just think Julius brings that team down a level from what Cat's presence would have. So
That's fair.
OKC uh, keep stepping. My fear is they're going to have to move somebody. It's they're getting to the point where they got so much talent and it's actually developing correctly. Guys aren't going to want to play in roles they become accustomed to. Like, how much longer is it, like, between Jalen and Chet? Right now, Jalen is your number two. Chet's not going to want to. Is how long can Chet be number three? You
Mm.
know, how long is he gonna not be okay with not having his number called in certain spots? Uh, if Chet passes Jalen, is Jalen, is he gonna be okay with not getting his number called as much as he used to? They got a lot of guys off the bench fighting for minutes. Like, how long can we keep this thing under control? Keep everybody happy before we kind of had to make certain moves. And they have 172 draft picks coming up, so that issue is only going to get worse.
Mm.
um, SGA MVP type season. Can he do it again?
Oh yeah, I believe so
You
too.
know, we'll see. That's obviously going to be the key. He's clearly the best player. So I mean that um, Portland and Utah that also Rams. I don't see either one of them being a threat to anybody for any playoff spot.
Nah.
The only thing I'm looking at of Utah is will Laurie Markkinen finish the season there? Will he be moved? I know there's rumors linking him to the Warriors over the summer. Uh, I wouldn't mind having him back in Cleveland,
Mm. I
but
bet you would.
that's my that's the only thoughts I have in Utah. Portland. Um, I just lost his name. My point guard that was here. What type of player are you, bro? Let me get his name. Portland. He's got a goofy name too. Scoot. That's my guy.
Oh yeah, Scoot Henderson. Yeah.
Yeah. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like you can't be a top three pick, and I'm forgetting your name like that. Uh, what type of player are you? Are you gonna live up to the hype or not? Um, like he was here playing for the G League Ignite, so I actually saw him quite a few times. I didn't think he was that special then. Um, Hopefully he takes a step because if he doesn't, that's gonna set Portland back another few years. Chauncey's on the hot seat, bro. Yeah,
Oh
you're on the
yeah.
hot seat. It's
Yeah.
just is what it is. The Nuggets, I still think the Nuggets. I love them picking up Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's,
love, yeah, that move is man. It's gonna pay dividends come playoff time. Uh, and I mean, Joker is with you. He'll be in the MVP conversation. I know there's talks that they're talking about talking with Aaron Gordon about extending, keep him happy. Some people are saying that they're not going to be able to work it out. Just whatever though. Their championship team, they've watched everybody get better. Uh, as much as Joker doesn't look like he cares about basketball most of the time, he does care about winning, and I don't think he liked what happened to them last season. So I think they'll rebound from that. I got them winning the division, taking that crown back from OKC. But definitely think those three will make the playoffs.
I dig it. Dig it. I'm with you on that. Hey, three great squads that definitely are going to be in the battle for best team in the West for sure. I definitely agree with you that I think uh, Minnesota takes a step back with the loss of Cat. Just because not only just the fact that he fit good with what they did, but they catered the roster for Cat. Um, when you go and get Rudy Gobert to pretty make sure that you can stay on the outside and shit like that.
Yeah.
Um, and that move was strictly for that, and they gave up a lot to get Gobert. They gave up multiple
Mm-hmm.
first round picks. Uh, so for them to break that up, I was kind of shocked that they did that. But I also think that I thought that was more financial. They didn't want to pay that extension that Cat was going to garner in the next couple of years. So
Yeah.
uh,
I'm saying why pull the trigger now though?
I mean, get what you can now instead of because it was either that or let them walk, get something. Because I don't think they were going to pay him. I just don't think they weren't going to try to max him out. Because I think, and quite honestly, I'm not mad at it because if you're going to max somebody out on that roster, it better be Ant. Uh, so I guess he make that decision now. Um, and just go ahead and get it done and over with. Uh, but OKC, I think OKC is definitely going to be there. Young, hungry team. I definitely agree with your take on how how long is Chet going to be willing to, be the third option? Possibly. I don't know if he's going to be willing to stay that long and just continue to be the third man. Um, but yeah, SGA, go ahead and load it up for him for MVP caliber type of season. Let's not even waste our breath on Portland. Damn sure not gonna waste my breath on Utah. Uh,
Sorry, Jay.
hey, hey, let's call it what it is. Portland and Utah are pretty much those are your trade partners. When you need something of some young talent, or you just want to uh, unload a contract, you send them there. You send them to Portland or Utah. Hey, it's been real, but y'all got to go. um, and Nuggets. I mean, they just got that championship pedigree, that championship makeup. I definitely, I've been coming around on Russell Westbrook in the latter years, his last few years with the Clippers, and now with the Nuggets. I've been a fan of his. Um, I just think he's just a good complementary piece to what Denver has. I put it to you this way: he's like when KCP was on that team, and you was like, man, that's a good third piece right there.
Yeah,
Um, Now you elevate it from going KCP to Westbrook. You let Jamal Murray, of course, get his. Let him chip in his 25. Uh, and I mean, it ain't broke. Don't fix it. Let the offense run through Jokic. Facilitating scoring and whatnot, and let him be the point center that he's been doing. And you let that run right there. But what you get with Westbrook is you damn sure got a damn good third scoring option that can pretty much do whatever he wants on the offensive side.
yeah,
I, the only thing that worries with me is sometimes, his shot selection turnovers can be a little crazy. They can be a little crazy. But other than that, you're talking about dog mentality. That's a guy that gets
yeah,
after it. So
yeah.
that's a good piece of energy that you're adding to a championship caliber team. So I do like that pickup, but I think I know OKC was the number one seed last year, but I don't think Jokic is going to be okay with that again. I think he goes out and tries to get an MVP again, for sure. So I'm thinking Denver's going to get back on the top of that hill in that division.
Yeah. And now that I think, heck, I think we might have the same answer for this. But the player I'm keeping my eye on that division is that Ant Man. Like I said, I want to see if he takes that next step, and obviously they're trying to make him the face of the league.
Hmm.
He definitely has the game to do it, and I just want to see if he can take that next step, that kind of D Wade type, like the kind of step that D Wade made after they won the championship, when it was like you're like, okay, this, yeah, he got it.
Hmm.
When it became Wade County down there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, he was on another level too.
Yeah, as a player out of that division, you got your eye on.
Oh no, no, I'm with you, Ant Man. Not only for that take that you said, but because of the fact that you move Cat out of that roster, so
Right.
it's more. I don't want to say pressure, but it's more weight on Ant Man's shoulder
Hmm.
now, because it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we chose you, man. We chose
Yeah.
you. So it's kind of like make them cats, uh, make them right, make
Mm.
them uh, prove them right that they made the right decision, that you're the future of that franchise, and so I just think he's gonna have to tap into another level. I
Yeah.
just think so. He has to, because he can't, because he's been a damn good player since he's been in the league, but he
Yeah.
needs to, he needs to hit that elite level. Just because of the fact that they moved off at Cat, you got to hit elite status now. So
Yeah.
um, that's where I'm at with him.
Yeah. And I appreciate this game because it's usually, to me, he's the opposite end of the spectrum for number one picks. Usually, number one picks, they're the surefire guys. They're supposed to be faces of the franchise
Hmm.
and like take the team right away.
Yeah.
He wasn't like that. He was like he was the best player in this draft class, but I don't think anybody expected him to be this. Like, so he's like the maximum potential of a number one pick who like wasn't supposed to be. He was just, yeah, he's the best player in this class. Like, if you put him in a lot of other drafts, he probably wouldn't have been the number one pick. But in that draft, he was the number one pick, and he's exceeded, exceeded expectations.
I'm with you.
Pacific Division, this is probably the weirdest division in the NBA to me. This is like this is the retirement home division. We got Steph, that clock is running out. We got LeBron, that clock is running out. We got KD quietly, that clock is running out. Kawhi is already in a wheelchair. What is going on with the Pacific Division? I don't. The Kings are the Kings. I don't even talk about them. Only thing out of there we know is Deion. Yeah, like you stated earlier, De'Aaron turned down that extension. So, are they gonna try and move him? Are they gonna try and improve the team, hoping he'll stay? We'll see. Phoenix still don't have a point guard, so for me, I don't have anything else to say about them until they actually get a point guard. They're not going to do anything until you get a point guard.
I mean, they'll get a 6 seed and flounder. That's about it.
If they get that. The Lakers, can these young boys hooping like we saw connect with the other night, the 35, 20 straight points. Can these young guys give LeBron enough help? Not Junior. We know let's get him to the G League. Let him learn. Let's play him the first game so we can make history. Take the pictures. Yeah. Let's do that. But then game number 2, he needs to go down to the G League and learn how to play basketball by playing basketball, not by watching on the NBA bench. Anthony Davis, I think he's passed the torch of the nickname street clothes over to Kawhi. Because he's actually been on the floor lately.
Yeah, I give him that. I give him.
That's my only thing with Lakers is, can these young guys give LeBron enough help on a night-to-night basis? Can they pick up the slack when he's in his load management? Because we know that LeBron is at least going to get these dudes to the playoffs. So, can they give him enough help? Golden State.
Just credit, man.
Yeah.
Playoff. That's a playing team, bro.
But they're going to be in there. They're going to be in there. They're going to win it. Golden State. Steph without Clay. I mean, I know we saw it one year, but that was because of injury, and that one year was atrocious. Landed them number 1 pick in the draft. Are we headed in that direction again? Can Kuminga take that next step into? They think he can be a star. Is he ready? Moses Moody. Can he fill Klay Thompson's shoes? Draymond, do you still have any playmaking ability left in you? Are you done with the antics, bro? Like, at some point you got to grow up. Like, you 40 years old, man. Still kicking people in the balls.
It's too late,
Come on,
dog. Come on, man. It's too late for him. Them antics are still gonna be there this year. It's too late for that dude, man.
Is the Warriors dying? I mean, is it finally over?
Oh yeah, that shit dead, bro.
The Clippers open $1 billion arena with James Harden as the main attraction. I definitely know Steve Ballmer didn't envision this when they broke ground on that thing.
No way.
But yeah, for the first time in was 30 some odd years, the Clippers playing in their own building. That's exciting. I'm interested. The biggest thing I want to see out of this division, I want to see this wall. I want to see how that works. I've heard about this wall. This a section that's supposed to be Clippers fan. If you're not a Clippers fan, you're not allowed to sit there. It's supposed to have all this intel and technology in the section that they can tell how loud people are cheering and when how. Hey, I'm interested. I want to see that game on Amazon because Amazon, hey, they got it with the technology. If you've never watched Thursday Night Football on Amazon and watched it with the,
It's
you know,
fantastic.
yeah, it's so I don't blame them for cutting out TNT.
It's an analytics dream when you're watching that Prime.
Yeah. So with that, I can't wait to see a Clippers game on that with the way that this arena is supposed to be in tune with all of that. So I want to see. Hey, I might even take a trip over there to check it out when the Cavs come through.
Yeah.
But as far as on the court, I think Phoenix wins this division by default.
Ooh. I
Like
ooh, you onto something right there, dog.
just by default. Like I don't think the Warriors are just good enough anymore.
Nah, I don't think so neither. Um,
Yeah, you waited too late in Steph Curry's career to give him a team like here, carry us. Y'all supposed to do this like 6 years ago.
yeah. After that fourth championship, you should have.
Uh,
I'm not saying you stick with Jordan Poole, but he was instrumental in that championship
Yeah,
because Clay was still hurt. Draymond was still doing Draymond shit. Uh, I still don't understand how Steve Kerr had no idea what to do with James Wiseman. I get he kind of had a little durability issue, but still, he was a
yeah.
mismatch down low, a 7-footer that can shoot outside. That's
But he just can't play.
I feel you. I feel you. I look. Um, I,
I bet you don't even know who James Wiseman plays for right now.
last time I saw, he was in the G League with somebody.
No, he's actually on the Pacers.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even have known that. Wow. Um, but no, this division, I'm with you. This is oof. On paper, it's an ugly division. It's ugly. Because Clippers, I mean, they'll compete. They'll probably float around 6 or 7 seed.
Yeah.
Lakers, I think they're a play-in tournament team at best. Warriors, I think they missed the playoffs
Mm.
in general. They don't even make the play-in. Uh, Phoenix, I got them probably floating around 6 or 5 seed. The Kings are interesting because 2 years ago they were competing as one of the better teams, and then they had a huge step back last year, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Um, they got to figure that situation out. If they
Kings
can get
have a
back to
fire sale. If
well,
they have a fire sale, I'm gonna need the Cleveland Cavaliers to pick up the phone immediately and ask
mm-hmm,
about Keegan Murray.
mm,
He would be a
Keegan Murray.
perfect fit. Yeah, he would be a perfect fit for my Cavs.
And that's the thing because Keegan Murray, De'Aaron Fox, and Sabonis should be enough for them to at least make the play-in. I would think.
Mm.
Uh, so I mean, I think the Kings are more the wild card in this division. Um, if they play like last year, they gonna miss the playoffs in total again.
Yeah,
If they go back 2 years ago, they might be creeping up where OKC and Minnesota might be. If they can get
yeah,
back to 2 years ago, but if not,
yeah.
you like we said, De'Aaron went ahead and declined that extension. Uh, if you're not competing, I think you gotta entertain some teams and pick up the phone and say, this is our asking price for sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, you were saying earlier, talking about a team that if I'm Orlando, that's who I call.
mm, there it is. That's a good call. That's a great call. De'Aaron Fox on that Orlando team, he
Yeah,
solves a lot of your issues that they had.
yeah.
A lot of issues that they had. Um, damn man, you making a lot of sense with Phoenix being the team on this division. That makes
It's
sense.
like it's just by default. Just like, I mean, even though they don't have a point guard for the regular season on a night to night basis, they're going to out talent you.
Oh yeah, because I mean, still KD, Bradley Beal,
Yeah,
and Booker is still way too much talent from any
yeah,
of those other teams that they got. And obviously, me being a Lakers fan, I always keep it honest with that team. Look, man, you were talking about if the young guys can give LeBron help. My question is, can LeBron have the patience with these young guys to give him the help? We know what LeBron does with these young guys. We seen the blueprint what he does. I ain't giving me enough help. Trade deadline coming up. Yeah, you and you. Bronny can stay. Bronny can stay. He can stay. But the rest, yeah, y'all might be playing in another uniform uh, for the second half of the season. So that's my biggest question with them is can he have the patience to rock with these young boys? So, but yeah, I'm on board with Phoenix winning this division for sure.
Yeah, he's Celtics, Knicks, Sixers, Cavs, Pacers, Magic, Bucks. Okay,
I agree.
I think. Yeah, I think I pretty much had the same, except I had the play in. I had the Raptors in the play in. Actually, no, I had the Raptors in and the Heat in.
Yeah,
So yeah, got
I
a couple difference. I'm not mad at that list though.
yeah, I would definitely throw that the Raptors in there on that list, Allen, because you need an 8 team. So I'd probably go
Yeah.
Rangers.
Oh yeah, I had the Magic missing. That's what it was. Trade the Raptors for the Magic. Trade who else did I have in? Potentially the Pacers for the Heat. That's great. You have no Southeast team in the playoffs.
Ooh,
Oh no, you got the Magic. My bad. My bad. You got the Magic. And remember, the NBA is like unlike any other team. Just because you win the division, it does not guarantee you a playoff spot. You can actually win your division and not make the playoffs.
mm-hmm. Because they do it off of seeding, don't they?
Yeah, just straight record. 18 Raptors. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. As far as things to look for in this, I mean, there's the obvious. All eyes will be on Bronny James. From this division, I'm honestly, my eyes will be fixed on the Warriors. I just want to see if the fall off is real, and if it is, will that put Steve Kerr on the hot seat?
Me
Will he
personally,
be willing to stay for a rebuild?
shit. Look, I'm gonna say it. I know there's 4 championships that he's a part of. I still think he's overrated.
Oh,
He
I mean,
inherited
yeah, I
he
second
he
that.
he inherited such a good situation when he came in. He pretty much did the John Group situation, and was able to step in and get him into a championship. Now, granted, he does have to coach it, but
Yeah,
I still think there was some missteps with that franchise and how they
yeah,
handle personnel. Uh, I think if they handled that Draymond KD situation different, KD's probably still there.
yeah.
Uh, I
How
thought that
dare
was
you keep
a huge step.
Draymond Green over Kevin Durant?
That's crazy, bro. That is absolutely crazy. Crazy.
Yeah. Plus, on the Steve Kerr front, man, I can't act like I didn't see Luke Walton come in that bitch and go 43-7. I mean, 47-3 or what?
Talk
Luke
to him, man.
Walton. If I was Luke Walton, I would have never coached again. I would have retired as the greatest coach in the history of the NBA. His winning percentage was like 97.
One and done. I'm good. I'm good.
But yeah, I'm with you on that. This division it's only gonna be interesting to watch because the teams it's just it's like why and how did the division get like this bro, the Warriors have fallen so far. The Suns were just in the finals, bro.
A couple of years ago. Yeah.
It's like the Kings were, like you said, were just they were up next 2 years ago. Like, how did this division just fall to shambles in 2 seasons?
It's baffling. It's mind blowing because you can't find an answer.
Mm.
Like,
Nuggets,
how?
Thunder, Mavs, Kings, Suns. Like, you got three from that division going to the playoffs. Rockets, Spurs. Okay, okay. Uh, let's go ahead and move it to the Southwest. I'm not gonna lie. I only got the one word for you. Memphis.
Mm.
Memphis, my boy's back. Ja, my
Shoot
favorite
them
player
up.
in the NBA right now. I love watching this kid play basketball. Um, yes.
Shoot them
Hopefully
up.
he learned his lesson. He talked to the right friend and said, "Bro,
Don't mess up the
you
bag.
see, right? You see Jason Tatum just get 300 million. You see Jaylen Brown just get 300. Jaylen Brown, less than a year ago, was the highest paid player in the history of the NBA, and you better than both of these dudes."
Mm.
I told you how I rate players. Ja is definitely one of those dudes. If he's on your roster, you're a playoff team. Um, and I definitely got them winning the division. Definitely, if it's health pending, if Ja's healthy, they win this division easy. Last year, not only with Ja out, but they got hit hard. Jaren missed a lot of time. Desmond Bain missed a lot of time. I think they played a couple of games with like 8 players.
Big players, yeah.
Last yeah, so they got hit hard by the injury bug. Um, Allen mentioned the Rockets. It's a nice young roster. Same thing. Can they stay healthy? Şengün, he's up for an extension. Jalen Green's up for an extension. Şengün missed a lot of time last season. I think that hurt them, especially towards the end of the season. Jabari Smith, look at him to take another step. Kenny, we will see. Um, Most people eyes going to be on the big fella in San Antonio, Victor Wembanyama. I don't CP3. He's going to learn how to play basketball, and I love that.
Yeah. That
Right
pick and roll's
now
gonna
we're
be nasty. That
oh
pick and
yeah
roll's gonna be nasty.
yeah, but right now where CP3 is in his career, I don't think he's the same CP3 that makes them a playoff contender. I still think they missed the playoffs. I think they can make a play in,
That's fair.
but I don't see them getting over that hump yet. Honestly, real talk, I'd probably tank this season. I would. Not because I don't think they'll be a bad team, but you have a talent like Wembanyama, and this draft coming up, there's some players in this draft that can help this team. If you make
Immediately.
the playoffs, you're actually hurting your future.
Mm.
Uh, Imagine if they won the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. You get him and Wemby. Your future is looking very bright. Making the playoffs hurts their future to me. So, Greg Popovich, you did it before.
Yeah.
You know, you used David Robinson's injury as an excuse to tank, and look, it got you Tim Duncan and 5 championships.
Sure did.
Let's get on that program again.
It's not a bad strategy.
Well,
Trying to
CP3
get
can
up.
take a broken apart OKC team to the playoffs. I think he can get them there. But see, CP3 was a different player back then.
Yeah, we
That
talking
was
about
like
4 years
still
ago.
prime CP3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you talking about the been through, bruh. He couldn't get the Warriors nowhere with Steph Curry. He couldn't add anything to that. Now you want me to think he can carry a Spurs team? I mean, not these. Obviously, Wemby's the best player, but yeah, just Wemby. Just take your lessons. Listen to CP. Learn how to be that big man. Learn how to elevate your inside game. Yeah, he'll be straight, but
Yeah.
take it easy. Just don't win a lot, you know. Um, let's sit CP in some of these fourth quarters, close games. Sit him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, a 1 point loss is acceptable. Hey, 2 point loss, we can accept that, especially if it results in us potentially getting the Cooper Flag to team up with Wemby.
Mm.
Yeah. Um, the Mavericks, Klay Thompson. I actually like him. I like him being in Dallas.
Yeah, he's struggling in
Uh,
the preseason though. Ooh.
he is, but in the regular season, I think he'll get it together. You know, Lucas is learning how to get him the ball. That's all. But you got two ball dominant guards, and your job is, I just got to stand right here, coach. And okay, I'm
Got
cool.
it.
Got you. Let me know when it's time for the playoff. I think he's at the Big Shot Bob stage of his career, and I like it. I
Mm,
like it. Imagine if they'd had him last year in the playoffs.
mm,
I mean, finals could have been a little bit different. Not saying they would have won, but could have been a little bit different.
yeah.
The Pelicans, man. We've seen Zion. He lost weight. Got his body together allegedly. Stop eating all them beignets.
Hey, couldn't leave that gumbo alone, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Jambalaya. Hey. uh, we'll see if it helps though. Brandon Ingram, what's up? What are
Ooh,
we doing?
that's one. Yeah.
Yeah, what are we doing? Pelicans. We trading or what's going on with that?
Yeah, they're gonna have to
Uh,
make that decision by at least trade deadline. Either like again, either shit or get off the pot. It's gonna be. I think that it's that year where they got to figure out with the pieces around Zion, because Zion showed he can stay healthy last year for the most part.
mm-hmm.
Uh, still a young team down there with the Pelicans. I definitely love their coach. I love what he's doing down there. But Yeah, Spurs. I'm not expecting much from them. Obviously, I think Wembanyama is still going to get his numbers. I think that pick and roll with him and CP3 is going to be deadly. But still, CP3 is way in the twilight of his career. So I don't if you're leaning on him to be a key piece, that's kind of dangerous. Um, Dallas, hey, they made it to the Western Conference Finals, but they hit a wall. Uh, I don't know if Clay can add that extra for him. If he's playing like he is in the preseason, and it's not gonna help. Um, so if there's anybody I'm looking at in this division, player wise, it's Clay, because I need to see if he can add something to what Luka and Kyrie is bringing them offensively. So that's the play I'm watching out for. Hey, Josh back. Hey, like you said, he's electric.
Hey.
My only thing with Jai is I think he needs to figure out how to not take unnecessary blows and unnecessary hits in that paint and hitting the floor too many times. Uh,
Yeah.
I need him to make sure uh, that whole time he was away. I know he had to rehab and all that, but I'm hoping that he was working on his outside game and getting get your mid range. I honestly think if Ja gets a midi, he's unstoppable. We know he can get to the 10. I need to see if you can, fake that inside move and then pop out and then hit that midi. I think if he gets a midi, he's dangerous. But I'm looking at the Pelicans. I think the Pelicans can take this division, man. Barring if Ingram is consistent and not hurt. Um, and then of course, hey, let's see if Zion can not partake in so many beignets and gumbo. So that's a caveat for them. But I think they could take this division for sure.
I got Memphis taken down. Obviously, pending health. Um, I mean, I've been a fan of Josh since Murray State. So
Mm-hmm.
my only thing is, like I said, I just hope he has the right person in his ear, and in this instance, I hate to say it, but that person is not T Morant,
Mm,
and that person is not Mama Morant. I
mm.
hope he has somebody else in his ear because,
They've been helping him get into trouble.
right, like, why is your mama calling you up to Foot Locker to fight some employee, bro?
That's crazy.
But that's neither here nor there. But like while you had a little messages come up sometime while you were away. John Morant, while you were away, you watched the NBA give away your spot to Anthony Edwards.
Hmm.
Remember, before all this nonsense, that was you
Yeah.
that they were putting out there as the new face of the NBA, as the new man. You got the Nike signature shoe. You what happened happened. You missed time, and the NBA showed you
They will move on.
we don't need you.
Hmm.
We will, yes, we will move on. Like the NBA was here before you, and it will be here after you.
Sure enough.
I hope you have the right person in your ear telling you this, and I hope that you were paying attention to the message that was sent while you were away. Because while you were away, we saw Anthony Edwards participate in not one, but two international basketball events, including being a part of the gold medal winning
Team USA.
U.S. Olympic team,
Hmm.
which I guarantee, had you not had all this going on,
And
you
then
would have
you.
been a part of.
Yep.
Uh, so I hope you paid attention while you were away, and I hope you take care of the things that need to be taken care of, and I hope that somebody, I hope somebody, your agent, more likely, put you in contact with like Allen Iverson,
Mm.
because
Similar
like
situation.
yeah, he's been there, he's done that, and just like that, the NBA can also, just like they kind of tried to hide you under the rug, they can also be forgiving. See Allen Iverson's 2001 NBA season
Hmm.
when he won All Star Game MVP, when he won NBA MVP, when he took his team to the NBA Finals, when he went from one of the more, I say hated, because by the culture he was beloved, but by the other
Hmm.
side he wasn't. In 2001, he became beloved by both sides.
Yeah.
As a Reebok athlete, he outsold Michael Jordan. I think he's the last athlete to outsell Jordan.
Which is
Uh,
crazy.
yeah, you can be that, and as well as the on you just we know you can have the on court success.
Hmm.
The more on court success you have leads to more off the court success. Just
Mm.
keep that in mind. So, like I said, I pray the dude got the right type of person in his ear. It only take one person that can really get to you. And I hope you got that person because, like I said, I enjoy the kid. He's my favorite player to watch. Um, he's must see TV. Not only that, when he's on the court, he affects winning, which is my favorite thing. Like, and you saw the result. Like, they were terrible last year when he was suspended. When he comes back, they go on a 3 game winning streak as soon as he steps on the court. Like, that's not an accident.
Nah,
It's not
facts.
not an accident.
Yeah.
Um,
No
so yeah,
coincidence.
that'll he'll be my player to watch out of the division. Playoff picture, definitely Nuggets, definitely Timberwolves, definitely Thunder. Definitely I see the Grizzlies in. That's 4. Um, give me the Mavericks to be back. I'm gonna go New Orleans 6. For the play-in, uh, give me. That's no, know what? I'm a back up. Nah, I'm locking in right there for the play-in. Give me the Lakers. Give me the Suns. Give me the Spurs. Give me the.
Go ahead and say it now. Go ahead.
Give me the Clippers. And to make it out of the play-in, give me the Suns and Lakers.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just gonna
just
keep it at
yeah.
8 teams. Definitely Nuggets, Wolves, Thunder. Uh, give me Mavericks, Pelicans. That's 5. Kings, Suns, Lakers. So I think Lakers it probably come out of playoffs playing. Uh, but if I was to add two more teams to be in that playing, probably Clippers and Memphis.
Okay, I like it. Your top three MVP finalists.
Ooh, ooh. Oh man. Give me Ant, SGA, and I'm gonna go out on a limb. Give me Paulo.
Okay, I like it. For me, top three, I'm gonna go Ant. I think getting rid of Cat helps that argument. He's got a little bit more to load the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I think Jason Tatum is gonna put the case for himself this season.
Mm.
And uh, I'm gonna go Luca.
Mm.
Luca's gonna have after that run last season, he's gonna have a lot of eyes on him to start the season. So I definitely think he's got the game to back it up. So yeah, Luca, JT, Ant Man. Uh, that's the champion finals matchup.
Mm. Man, I think we get Celtics Nuggets. I just think the
Okay,
Celtics are just head and above shoulders anybody else in the East. Um, and even though I didn't have him at top three MVP list, I think Jokic gets back to form and gets that team back to the finals to compete for that championship.
okay. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna go for the long shots. I'm going to go Philly,
Mm.
and health permitting, I'm going out on that limb. Grind and grit. Memphis Grizzlies.
Ooh,
Health
I didn't know if you was gonna have the calls to say it.
health permit. If they are healthy and if Josh stays healthy, I don't. If they were healthy last year, if they were healthy last year, they beat Minnesota. I think they beat Minnesota handily. If they are healthy, I think Ja leads that team to the finals.
Mm.
Health permit, and I think the same thing in Philly. If they can get Joel Embiid to the conference finals healthy, I think Paul George is the teammate he needs to get him over the hump.
Don't hate it.
So I like that combo. Uh, yeah, Philly, Memphis. It'll be the lowest rated finals in NBA history.
Oh
Nah,
man,
but,
that's funny.
but all right. Before we get out of here, man, anything you got for the folks?
Nah,
Actually,
man,
see if that we got to close it off right. Uh, you good? Are you okay? You need anything from me?
hey man, everything's wonderful, man. Some things falling into pieces for your boy, man. Can't complain. Family is doing good, healthy,
Uh oh,
having
falling into pieces or falling into place?
falling into place, I should say.
Okay.
I know.
I thought, oh, that's two different
Yeah,
ends of the spectrum.
yeah. Let me get the saying right. I'm over here messing up. No, falling like some things falling into place. Yeah, man, everything's great. Obviously, man, during the week we always checking in on each other, man. Only thing that I asked for, man, I did pick the Yankees to go to the World Series, but I need you to make a call. I need you to make a call to the Guardians and let the small market team get up in there, man. Let them get up in there. So that's the only thing I need from you, man. That's the only thing I need from you. Man, how are you? How are things? You good? Anything you need from me, my brother?
I'm good. I'm good today, man. I said we talked last night, man. Today, I mean, this week has just like been an off week. Feel like you know how those where you just feel off, like
Yeah.
you just like life is just going and you watching it and it's taking you a second to catch up to it. That yeah, that's just been my week, been off. But today I kind of got it together. Slept a little bit longer last night. You know, got some more rest. Maybe that's all I needed. Uh, but yes, that's folks. Man, don't underestimate your rest, and that'll
Mm,
probably be my challenge, man. Hey, especially we got daylight saving time coming up, so we are gonna get that hour. Um,
thank
hey, take advantage of it. Get your
so
rest. Hey,
much.
we work ourselves to death, and that's one thing that we don't take advantage of. We don't get enough rest. Um, hey, take a break. It's good to take a break. Hey, go to bed early every once in a while. So that's my challenge for people to pick at least one night. Go to bed at least 30 minutes to an hour earlier. One night this week than you normally would. Get that rest in. Get them Z's. Trust me, you'll feel so much better. Sleep alleviates so much stress. Like so, yeah. What you got for the people?
Yeah, slightly in that area that you're talking about getting rest. Just make sure you don't overload yourselves. Pretty much take a pause from spinning all the plates at one time. Not letting them fall, but just spin them hard enough that you can step away from it. It kind of put it in some type of analogy. So, don't overcrowd yourself, man. I understand that. Uh, sometimes you feel like if you don't spin those plates, that they're going to fall, or nobody's going to be able to pick up that slack. But
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to kind of take a pause from life and do something relaxing, free your mind for a little bit, and it helps recharge yourself. You come back better than ever, more
Yeah,
times than not. So that's my challenge for you guys this week.
yeah. Like I said, caught that at the extra Z's. Feeling good for the great. Now all I got to do is take this just for men to my chin, man. Them gray hairs is piling up. God damn. I feel like I aged like 40 years in 2 weeks. That
Hey,
shit is
that's wild,
crazy.
bro. That's wild.
Yeah, so yeah, we gonna get trimmed up, and we gonna hit the just for men stick. Get that, you know. We ain't doing the Beijing. That's short term solution. We get that just for men. Take it
Shit, not
back. Not the Beijing. Nah, we just for men. We gonna take it back.
oh, that's crazy.
Feeling super refreshed next week. Um,
That's wild, bro.
hey, man, these are things that men should be able to openly talk about. Like
Hey, hey,
we know everybody does. Like, come on, man. We who was it? Well, with these, just don't do it like Carlos Boozer, man. Don't do that. Like
uh,
don't don't do that. That was like the extreme end of the spectrum.
don't paint
Don't
your
do
whole
that.
face.
Yeah, that man took a sharpie to his head.
Hey, that's wild, bro.
But
That's
yeah, yeah, take care of yourself. What did Dion say all the time? You look good, you play good, you play good, they pay good. So you know, yeah, go ahead and fix myself up, and next week be looking sharp
sharp,
for the
sharp,
program. Yeah, sharp,
sharp.
handsome, as the older ladies would say. You look so handsome.
So handsome.
Like, how did that become a word for looking good?
I don't,
Handsome.
I
Hand
don't,
me some.
I don't know, man.
Handsome. I don't know how that word came
Old
into
folks, man.
existence.
Old
But
folks.
yeah, before we get out of here, y'all heard, man. Take care of yourselves and each other, and as always, go ahead and follow the directions on your screen. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, turn your notifications on so you know next time we are here and you can be heard, which is every Friday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And
Mhm.
if you don't mind staying up late after Thursday night football, check us out on the Thursday night football post game show presented by Audible Sports Podcast every Thursday, about 10 to 15 minutes after Thursday night football.
That's it.
Uh, speaking of football, man, we did forget that though. Um, give them people the rundown in case they missed it last night. Uh, our weekly picks, see it on the season. I'm 51 and 41 overall. March 55-37. Play a little catch up this week. We got the Broncos going. Oh, that happened last night. Broncos beat the Saints, beat up on them bad. We both got that right, so we off to a good start. New England and Jacksonville over in London. We both like the Jaguars. The Falcons at home against the Seahawks. We both like the Falcons. Tennessee going to see Buffalo. We both like the Bills. Cincinnati taking on the Browns. We both like the Bengals. However, I truly believe that the Browns might actually win this game because we usually handle the Bengals. So, but on paper, just so I can be right, I picked the Bengals. The Texans going to Lambeau to take on the Packers. I like the Packers. More likes the Texans on the road. The Dolphins going to take on the Colts. Joe Flacco. We both like the Colts to get the job done at home. The Lions and the Vikings in one of the games of the week. It's a lot of great games this weekend. I like the Lions to get the job done on the road. More likes the Vikings at home. Skol Vikings. Philly taking on the Giants in the Meadowlands. We both like the Eagles to get it done. Saquon Barkley returns home. Let's put on the show. Las Vegas Raiders going to LA to take on Los Angeles Rams. I like the Raiders to get it done in their home away from home. And more likes the Rams to overcome the road home crowd. Panthers, yes, they still have a football team. They're taking on the Commanders in Chocolate City. We both like both like the Commanders to get the job done. Kansas City Chiefs in a rematch at the last year's Super Bowl. Going up to Levi to take on the 49ers. We both like the Chiefs to come out victorious. The New York Jets, fresh off the Devontae Adams trade. He will be playing this weekend, but unfortunately for them, Russell Wilson is making his first start as Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. We both like Russell Wilson to get that W. Show Justin Fields exactly how quarterback position is played.
Just like you play it,
Ravens. The Ravens going down to Tampa to take on Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. Unfortunately, the Ravens have a lot of success against Baker Mayfield, and we like that to continue. We both got the Ravens. This is the first of two Monday night games. The second being the Chargers and Cardinals. For what reason, we don't know how these two teams made Monday Night Football, but they did. You put the Arizona Cardinals on Monday Night Football. The Browns didn't get one game, one Monday night. Come on, I mean, not that we deserve it right now, so I'm kind of happy, but y'all didn't know we was gonna be terrible before the season started. That's what I'm saying.
Which still, the principle.
Right. We both like the Chargers to take down the Cardinals, so that's our picks for the week. If you use our picks to put your parlays and picks together and you lose money, don't contact us over social media. This is for fun. This is intended for fun. We are not we're not telling you to put any money behind our selections. And if you or anybody you know have a gambling problem, please reach out to an outlet and get the proper help. And with that being said, help. With that being said, we appreciate everybody in the chat. Al, Auntie, Big Ron, Jabron, Jay on the MIC. Hey, appreciate all of y'all. And we will did I say Al? Yeah, I said Al. Hey, we will see y'all next week. Like I said, y'all heard the man. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next week, hey, peace. Just do me one favor. Get yourself involved in life. Just don't sit on the sideline like Kawhi Leonard. Be involved in life and all of it's going on. We out.